Let's see this thing of beauty. Oh my God. A Mustang, how unusual. Where'd you ever get the idea for a Mustang? Look at that pilot. Oh my God. Captain Windy Ertnowski.
No.
Oh, no. Nice beard.
One-eyed
That's
Jack.
stubble.
Oh.
It's Wild Bill Kelso from the movie 1941.
Whoa, Lubbock, Texas.
With a sneer and a gar and everything.
That was Jim Belushi, wasn't
You bet.
Yeah, that was a good movie. 1904. Who's on the side here?
It's Magnum Opus.
Magnum Opus.
it? That's the award he got for playing you.
This is
no,
the man
Magnum
that
Opus came
impersonates
long before
Windlass Kozlowski. Want to do a little Bumble? Nah, we can't do that on video. He's practicing up for the banquet next year. Windlass Kozlowski.
Bubble for hour.
Buff it out with Gorhams.
Worms. I'm gonna go home and sand this out really smooth. And I'm gonna rub it with Gorhams.
Gorhams.
Gorhams Silver Polish.
No wonder your father put you up for adoption. He has killed a cow. Let's hear it firsthand. Who's the cow killer here?
Daddy.
Daddy. Daddy's the. He said you guys were driving a car when it happened.
That was not
No.
me,
He
Dad.
said one of them got out of the truck and beat the cow to death with a bumper. That's
The
what-
cow that was still. You hit the cow that was dying.
Plastic parts of the cow.
How did you hit the cow with plastic parts?
Yeah, all the bumper parts that were like
Don't you know
all
that
over
can
our
cause
human
cancer?
cows. Huh?
Don't you know that can cause cancer?
To the cows?
How long did it take to
Plastic
stomp
with-
this
Cow was
cow out?
dead. He was dead. I didn't care. I was mad.
That makes sense to me.
It ruined my van. Yeah, it was brand new.
The cow was brand new or the van?
Well, the cow was pretty much brand new. It was like a year
He
old.
was until he hit your van.
It's all the stupid cow's fault.
So the animal rights, they're suing? Is that what's happened?
No, we're suing them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because the guy came up, the farmer that owned the cows, he, well, they don't look like my cows, and it looks like my gate's left open, so.
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah. You leave the gate open, that's a problem.
Typical Iowa.
Cows are not stupid. They know when the gate is open.
Typical Iowa farm.
Yeah, Iowa.
Farmers.
How about a few comments? What do people from Iowa do? You know, like for dun dun dun
What do
dun.
we do, Jamie?
You guys have discos down there or what?
No.
A lot of good-looking young guys down there in Iowa?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Here's
Not in our
one.
town.
Here's one of them, Jim Damarel. I don't think so.
Well, not very many in our town, but.
How many good-looking guys in your high school?
Babeland. There's
There's
Babeland.
a couple in the high school. Huh.
2 or 3?
One, maybe.
1.
My personal favorite, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Set up is you make one snip, pull the bolts, and the whole thing comes out.
And pull everything out the front?
Everything comes out. You can change the pipe, you can change the tank, and you can be back up the next flight. It goes that fast.
Real good. What does this guy weigh? Have you got a good weight on it?
61 ounces.
Oh, super light. Big plane, too.
It's a good 750.
This I like, the blunt leading edge.
Yeah.
Nice little chrome wheels, too. Check these little wheels out.
They're the Tetra wheels.
Yeah, yeah,
The
they're
last
nice.
the last of the last. I bought a stock many years ago.
That's something you get a lot of people ask you about, the cowl hold down. You know, when you have the pipe running right down the
Oh.
middle. I see you going in like, well, I did that on the side, through the
Well,
side.
let me take that off and show you. Because I've settled on this. I talked about it in the column, but it's kind of hard to talk about it without seeing it.
Even Gieske asked me, how do you do the cowl hold down?
Well, you got a 4-point hold. These things go down to here, and all they are is 1/8 inch plywood with a
blind nut.
a blind nut. Now this is something I resolved too, or came up against. I've heard other people use aluminum tubing for the pressure fitting.
Right.
Well, the problem with aluminum tubing, if you just let it sit there, it'll chaff and you get all the black stuff. So what I did is
Oh, you made a little wire clip.
I made just drilled a little hole,
yeah,
the
yeah.
little wire crimp there,
Right,
and the
right.
tubing bends and it comes in there and it just sits there all by itself and it doesn't
Yeah,
rub on
yeah.
anything else.
That's a nice, neat installation. Now, I noticed one thing. I was filming people before. You have the cleanest header of any of the pipe guys.
The motor's is not that way either.
Nothing's dripping oil? Or,
No,
I mean,
no.
is that See, what I'm asking you is,
Yes, it's a,
is it, so when you start the motor, sometimes you get a couple of drops of oil and then it just winds
well,
up there, or?
Well, part of it is an indicator of the fact that the motor is running hard. This motor isn't running hard.
And what are you running, about 4 inches of pitch in the prop?
Yes, this is about a little bit more than 4. That's only for here. If it's down at lower altitude, it'll run about a, whoops. That did it. Dropped the,
Yeah, I know. I don't have this one anywhere on the videos, in fact.
no. Hold on, I gotta turn it over a second. Hold on, I gotta drop that.
Oh, let me get out
I
of
dropped that. Take a look at the pictures behind the
Oh yeah, pick one of those up.
Byron pictures.
Yeah, Dick Byron was out taking pictures today, in fact. he told me.
No, the big pictures.
The big poster size. This is Steve Tift, by the way, here. And he's got these are the pictures from Dick Byron, poster size. He told me he was taking some pictures for me today. I obviously didn't see them yet.
He's one of the better,
Yeah.
not the best.
Let's see the other one. Yeah, oh, this one's nice. The inverted flight, yeah. There was a picture in a magazine of Gieski's plane, I remember, upside down like this. That's nice. Now, Steve Tift just happens to be a picture framer, so order your pictures from Dick Byron now and send them to Steve for framing. That's nice.
That's good.
Boy, that's nice. And he does that with a computer chip. He zooms in with a computer chip.
It's got a sport, what it calls a sport chip.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a different one you can get on the.
Yeah, it freeze
an old
frames.
camera.
It freeze frames. Now you got a little removable hatch here. What is that for? A adjustable horn, or?
That's for that's for a slider horn. And when you make them, you never need them.
Oh
never
yeah.
off.
If you put an adjustable horn, I guarantee 1-to-1.
Oh.
Don't put one in, and you'll always want to.
Yeah, you want me to take it off and show you what's in there?
Well, we're doing your plane here. These are the kind of things people, you don't have the
That I made.
the ability to do it in black and white. It's hard to do this unless you had a 40-page magazine column.
That's Delrin and just a little lower end. But it's kind of nice because it's hard to get good tail wheels.
Right.
What kind of tail wheels are they?
It's mine. I made it.
Oh, neat. Nice and small too.
Well, that's the idea. You gotta make them small. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can find one. Let me pull the hatch for you.
Yeah, I got a macro lens. I could zoom right in there.
Okay.
It's not a big problem.
Flat, no. These are flathead cap screws.
Yeah. Lou used to get them from somewhere.
Little tiny suckers. And if I lose them, you got to guarantee you got to find them.
If we lose them, we'll just take Paul Walker's plane. Make it easy. Oh, you lost them. Ah! I see one here
There's one there.
and one here.
Oh, you got two.
I got two, yeah.
I got two. Okay.
Let's see if we can look in here with the macro lens without disturbing your... Now watch, I don't want to bang into it with the... Now give me a second to focus in here. We're trying to
You
get
got
into
enough
the-
light?
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to see this eventually on the...
No.
That's one of Les Nering's sliders, or you
No,
made
it's
that?
not Nearing. It's the other guy, Dan Winship.
Winship. Okay.
Winship builds the best stuff. Now, what these are, all these are, is just little pieces of plywood threaded. They're not. There's no.
Oh, no blind nuts.
No blind nuts. Don't need it. I mean,
Yeah,
there's no
where's the
string.
hatch going? Yeah.
Yeah, there's no string.
Yeah.
And
Save
this,
a little
now
weight
there's
on the blind
64th
nuts.
plywood in here as a reinforcement.
Yeah. I remember Jimmy used to make the hatches like so big and then have 4 screws and 4 blind nuts.
What
I
for?
says, yeah, what?
Okay, now there's also the slider, the adjustment in there if you need it. You see the?
Yeah, I can't get in there with the way it is. But no,
Well, you can
just with the macro lens, the camera will be hitting the airplane
Oh,
if I
okay.
get that close. You can kind of see in there though.
Was that full deflection frame?
Well, you can. Oh, for the controls?
About 30 degrees or?
No, there's more than that, but that's about it.
Yeah, it looks like 25, 30 degrees. Yeah, I don't think you need more than that anyway.
But that's all there is. And the thing, this is nothing more than balsa with the reason for the flatheads is it gives them some area, and then it just pops in like that.
You don't have the hinge lines taped on this guy?
Yes, I do.
Or they're all nice and neatly
Take
done?
a look.
All right. Well, what did
That's
you
that
use?
stuff I gave you.
Fast Cal? You got any more of
No,
it?
that's-
Mine ripped today, out of the field.
You know the little tape that tape
Oh,
that I
yeah,
gave
yeah,
you
yeah.
last year and
Yep.
handed to you and said use
Yep.
this stuff?
Yep.
Well, look at
Everybody
it.
used it except me. They
No,
all helped.
nobody used it because they said they couldn't use it. Look at it.
I
You
can't
can't
get
even
in.
find
I
it.
can't find it, and I'm looking for it. That's wild.
And you know what takes it off beautifully? You flip it over and you run a little Sickens in there and the stuff just.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
you-
yeah. The
and you
Sickens
clean it,
works
and it
its
goes,
way
and
in.
it goes beautifully.
That's a neat job.
Sickens
the cleaner.
M600.
Yeah,
Cleaner.
the parts cleaner.
Now these just.
Yeah, you thread that right into the plywood. That's a cute idea. Yeah, you're right. Where the hell is it going to go? I mean, there's no
Well,
pressure
all you do
there.
is you tap the plywood and heat it with hot stuff.
Yeah, and tap it
A
again.
couple of times and that's it.
Yeah. Now we're up. This is the front of the kind. Frank did this with aluminum tubing. These little scoops.
Frank, I'm from Texas also. Steve, yeah.
See, Frankenville.
Oh, the three significant that this is the third of
Yeah.
the quadrants that you made? The original one I remember was the white one.
Yeah, the one with the red wings.
Right.
Then there's another one that looks identical to this, but it's totally different. It's got the same
That's a good way to say it.
same wing. Well, it's the same color scheme, but it's a different airplane.
How thick is the stabilizer? 3/4 or
5/8.
5/8?
5/8.
Flat tail.
Yep. Geodetic.
Up next on News 20 at Sunday, Louis needs your help. Black eyes and his hair is now.
Now these are the original plans.
This is the one that was a series of the Concours airplane in '77, which burned to the ground.
And it's the one that burned.
This is the one
Okay. Tester's Best Finish Award.
Burned to the ground. No, it's the Concours. Yeah, they got a fire in the cowling of it.
Yeah. This is the wing. This is a coat of, I guess, green filler.
It looks like zinc chromate.
Yeah, yeah.
That is used for sanding. Now this has got resin and glass on it.
And the wing obviously has some dihedral, and it's a almost perfectly scale wing.
There you can see the name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The gear are already in there.
Once you take it apart.
You add a darker color, like a black or something like that, which is what I was going to do. It tones it down a lot.
I love a little touch in the W of the lettering too.
You like that? Little water? Gotta have these wave planes here, you know? Not as much water as Lindy's playing.
Yeah, it's not a water contest, though.
I'm still trying to find a car wash. Not that it'll help too much.
I like the
5
intakes.
seconds later. You like that? Yeah, I stole them from Casal, but I made them a lot smaller.
Yeah, I would have said I almost would have made them a half-inch bigger.
Well,
Like
Scotty
buff that
wanted me
wing
to.
out, but-
Because it almost doesn't matter how thick they are along the fuselage, because there's so much turbulence there. It doesn't matter. You know, who cares?
Yeah, but it does help as far as tension of the nose in.
Yeah.
The bigger aggressive you get, the more.
Yeah, it's a slab, you know, a front slab with a few pretty things on it.
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. If I were to build a pipe ship, something like that's what's been in my mind.
Oh, it's even. Yeah, they don't have as much. But back home, right there.
beautiful. Boy, that is nice.
All the word out.
Boy, did that make a lot of people mad, especially our club up there in Amarillo, because a lot of guys are going to hear sports.
There's a lot of people here that have made the trip without pre-registering. Every time I go by the tent, there's another flying argument going on.
I'll tell you what, they're either going to be some lawsuits or some petitions, and I'd gladly sign it
I mean,
to
if
get Don Lowe's butt out of there. All the terms they could get. Wow,
Whoa,
I'm Shavar.
maneuvers, look at this. You get extra points for a loop or
You
what?
should. That's almost a snap roll. No snap rolls allowed there, by the way.
You're going to be working at it. It's more than 90% of the modelers in this country bought to do this year. And that's the other thing you got to hear. Well, due to no lack of support, the international cancer reservations for marijuana is the majority around.
Really?
They're going to cancel it.
Oh,
Paint wise, still, yeah.
More and more guys are going more to lacquer. No, Brick House is using Monaco.
Is he? Was that a Monaco there
Couple
painted
of guys are
outside?
using Monaco down there.
That's probably what I need.
Is that the electric?
No, it's rubber peanut. I think. You may be right.
You're supposed to know.
I don't know anything about this. Have you? How long you been there? I almost did good. I'm not sure it'll fly really good fireworks down. Not that that low power. Yeah, I flew. Yeah, they flew. Oh, yeah. I've got another event tomorrow.
pointer or the 10-pointer, whatever the hell it was.
This will get at least 6 or 7, I think.
I think it'll get 6, yeah.
But,
Yeah.
no, basically it's an exercise in materials. This is a composite graphite balsa graphite wing, a laminated balsa plywood fuselage, which was molded over a core. It's all one piece. There are no seams in it.
Man, how much does this weigh?
Too much, 80 ounces.
80, okay.
Yeah, Moki 61 on a pipe. Pipe goes right down through the center of the fuselage over the wing and dumps right behind the scale radiator.
And you have the weathered look finish, which nobody in stunt ever appreciates, but...
That's, I don't do that really for appearance points. I do it for me. That's the way the airplane looked, so that's the way it ought to be.
You gonna enter this in scale too?
Well, if they had had scale, I would. I did have an advance entry in scale, but they sent me a notice saying, no, don't bother.
Wow.
But basically, it's a stunt airplane. You know, it's the numbers are stunt. Even though it doesn't look it, it's got a hellacious amount of tail volume, and you know, good airfoil.
Nice
It's-
pilot too, just like the Dauntless.
Well, actually, that's a portrait, and the reason I did him
Let's see if we can zoom in on
was
that pilot.
this pilot was 73 years old, and that's no exaggeration.
Really?
Yeah, he was the group commander of the 153rd. That's what the CL-3 is.
Gotta get this on.
But he was still flying at the end of the war. Yeah.
Well, you know,
at the
with...
end of the Italian War, that was 1943.
Yeah. With the fact that the air's been so bad, we've gotten to see a lot of other events we never get to see, and we really had a
Yeah.
good time seeing them.
That's right.
I really, I have to say, a lot of these other events are really interesting and fun. We went over to indoor
Oh, yeah.
rubber band events.
That stuff is neat.
Oh, man. That is one piece of work. Let me tell you something. Whether they ever appreciate it or not, who really gives a shit?
Yeah, like I say,
I appreciate it.
I don't beg them for that. I mean, I'd like to be on the front row, let's face it, but
Well,
it would compromise, I'd have to build.
if it was known how many hours of work went into that, maybe that would be all possible and practical. Who knows?
Well, the judging parameters are different than they were back in the 50s when I first started doing this.
Yeah.
And I know that, so. We're at Kansas. My sister lives in first.
Okay, gentlemen, ladies. Okay, move 110, next building.
twist in the fuselage to keep the tail. Watch at the end of the flight, you might see it straighten out about half of that.
Yeah, in the middle of a flight, you just go down, have lunch, have a soda, go out to your car, wash the car.
Stop it.
This is an unbelievably neat thing to see in real life. I am really totally impressed by this.
Right in front of me, you got a guy putting the model together. It's on the floor.
Competition starts Wednesday morning. This is the practice round. Just about 7:30. Wind is already coming up just a little. Then you see the lineup for the practice round. Steve Busso with his new plane, front row plane, taking a practice flight. first official flight Wednesday morning. Second in the first round. Obviously, there's everybody wants the early draws here. I drew 10th. Jimmy was first. Paul is second.
what's going on in Circle 1. Okay, Wendy Erdnowski. First flight of the Tsunami at the 94 Nats. Wendy's Tsunami and Steve Busso's Soundwave, the only two airplanes on the front row at appearance judging. And as usual, we have a battery light flashing at the exact wrong moment. I'm hoping this thing is going to last for the flight. There they go. Bob Whiteley flying a beautiful Mustang with the retracts. And as I'm way out of position to get a good view of Bob's flight, we'll come back to him later, see if we can catch the gear down landing. And there they are, as advertised. Yes. For tsunami breath.
All right, tell me what school you guys are from.
James Binkley Elementary, Lisa Middle School, West Elementary, Texas.
Bell Middle School West.
Okay, now give me your names one by one. What's your name?
Michael Dorf.
Next.
Damon Hughes.
Next. Next.
Charles Mather.
Next. Next.
Michael Hart.
Next. Next.
Eric Nelson. Robert Owen Miller. Tito Gillen.
Next.
Cooper.
What's your name?
Neil Cooper.
Okay. And what's your boss's name?
Gwen Barrow.
All right.
Can't forget Crystal Long.
Right there.
I think we're going to get run over, guys. Out of heck with them. Run them over. Run them.
You can't forget her. Can't forget Crystal.
Crystal. Are you guys having a good time at the Nats?
Yeah.
All right. You like model planes? Yeah.
Three girls and
Ask a guy with 3 daughters, does he have a hair dryer?
should be asking there's a bathroom.
You use the hair dryer.
Does he have any hair left?
Not long.
That's why I boil.
Play a little fan.
Did you see that? You're setting that shit on your good finish.
His 18-point,
I'm not really
which
that.
instantly became a 2-point.
150 fine.
Who's that guy out there? Some guy picked up my fuselage, he's looking in there, he says, "Do you have sanding inside of your blocks?" I says, "Well, yeah." Doesn't everybody?
Hell no. I'm not gonna agree with it.
Mike answered back, I plan on showing it to everybody at the National.
That's just in case. Today's the day.
Mike changes his underwear in case there's a cow on Route 80.
That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair at all.
There's a medal to be paid for this, Mike.
I'm paying.
This is just flexible enough.
Yeah, that would be bad. That
You
would
can
be
just make
very
it,
good.
yeah.
That might work real well.
Is there a big sanding block around here?
It's called the parking lot.
Yeah.
I've got some rafts, those tungsten carbide rafts next door too. I can get on it.
Here's another.
I'm thinking about leaving this fillet.
Yeah. Yeah, leave it,
Stick
you know.
it down in.
One just exploded.
Alright, he gets one free, Bill. The second one, he's at the dinner bar.
Hey, mix up some
For life.
Foxy.
For life.
Don't just stand there, mix up some 5. No, I'm talking to Parker here. He comes in here and stands in the way. Let's make some Foxy.
I like these guys show up in their white
You can be
pants.
hard on your own guys, you know. I know what that's like.
need?
Now that he's not judging, we can abuse the hell out of him.
About 2 good strips worth.
You gotta be careful with other people's people.
That's right, yeah, you got it.
Your own guy.
First time.
Yeah, right.
Well, you're right. There you go, now you got it.
It was on.
So far, check this out. One wing back in business. Walker's doing belt crank wire.
How much do you think is that? You think that's going to be enough extra? We cut about this.
Trying to figure out if the autoclave is going to melt the foam or not.
You need a piece of. Can you throw me that copper wire on the reel over there again? We'll let the thing dry.
Mike Pratt, alias Super Dave Osborne, flying the Resurrection Special here. This is the plane you saw earlier on the video at about 97,000 pieces. And I think everybody at the Nats had a hand in putting back together, whether it be metal work, engine work, fixing the pipe, making a new prop, gluing the wings back together, gluing the fuselage back together, putting the firewalls back in. It's a soft mount airplane. Firewall and aluminum mounts up front were completely ripped out of the nose. And they told the man he couldn't practice it until he took his official flight and hit the first wing over, and by God, it looks like it's working. You doggy.
Erdowski's off the side, too. In the middle.
Yeah, that's good, that's good.
We just want the 5 in this one?
It doesn't matter, I just put there were some.
Bonnie on one end and Bonnie on the other.
Yeah.
Get a little closer, Don. A little closer, Don. Slow down a little bit. That's it.
That's it. Bruce? Yes.
Donnie, look here and smile.
Did I get it?
Good looking group airplane. Ain't it though? Push that red one.
Everybody got top five?
Keep.
Okay.
I know, I'm not worried.
Yeah.